Hello friends, fans, and foes. Welcome back to my channel. I am Fancy Fatale. If you like queer D&D or art content, feel free to subscribe or just watch this video, see if it helps you at all. Today, I'm going to give you some tools on how to fight art block, that terrible enemy that, harasses a lot of new artists, old artists, medium artists, anyone who wants to be creative. They sometimes have that enemy. I have three main things that I think about in regards to art block that generally you have to consider when fighting against it, or what could be happening to you and how you have to work through it. The first one is a lack of creative ideas. The second one is the disparity between skill and observations. And the third one is general lack of things to draw. Starting with the first one, and just, while I'm discussing all this, I'll just show tons of Mermay speed paints that I did during the month of May this year, because that is actually a concept that helps people from fighting art block, is having prompts. But the first one here is a lack of creative ideas. You've run out of the firewood for the flames in your project or in your motivation. Options to fix this is to stop the current creation you're doing, since you may be using faulty building blocks or such into doing it. You may not be happy with the end result if you keep pushing with something that you're not fully motivated to do. You want to go collect new creative ideas in the outside world to make this fire stoked of energy to come back to you. So good examples of when things have occurred like this within media that you might know is Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service, when she forgot how to fly. Then her art friend in the woods said she forgot how to draw at some point, and that's because she was drawing for the wrong reason, and she had to revitalize what she wanted to do and find love for the passion that she originally had again. I guess you could say this first one is less of a lack of creative ideas and more, it's a type of burnout where the energy you have going towards something is used up and you need to recollect energy from the world or inspiration around you in movies, shows, books. And once you've collected that, you'll have more energy to come back to your own project. A major one that no one really considers, or maybe has no idea because they're so new, is the disparity between skill and observation skills. Artists, if they're practicing correctly and often, will inevitably increase in skill on their art journey. And this self-reflection will also be between times of observation and skill increases. Thus, these two lines in artist's mind, you can either start your journey on a low observation skill, and that is good, as you'll just be happy with your art regardless of your skill. We need a passion to drive the journey, not skill necessarily. But as the artist continues, they must review their work constantly, trying to improve in their observation skills. In that ability, they will inevitably realize that their art is not as good as they originally thought it was. This will either kill the project or be a moment of realization where they'll have to push forward beyond this painful moment of disappointment, I suppose. They either hand in their pencil or buckle down and work in to improve their skill and see what they're lacking. This is why people recommend art studies during art blocks. A main thing I see when people just haven't drawn in months or years is a lack of things to draw. There's a lot of methods to find inspiration for things to draw if you look for it a little bit. There are monthly prompts such as Mermay, which you're seeing here with what I am drawing. There is Inktober, which I wouldn't recommend using that exact prompt because I don't like that. Look into that on more drama. But general prompts online, you can do a randomization thing and see what it gives you. You can do fan art. That is a huge inspiration for people. This may give a lot of passion to start with, but you may not connect with it or feel as deep towards it because it's not your content. Some people are fine with doing fan art forever, but not me. You may have raw skill, but you need that deep motivation that will keep you drawing regardless of what you think about it. You could roll a random prompt generator and just have fun with the result and see if something motivates you to do a bigger project. I recommend finding a story, if it's your D&D or a book you're writing originally, or just a general concept, and trying to draw from that, because the original motivation will come from that. You can even just do mini stories online and choose to illustrate them. And that might give you enough motivation to keep you going and start new projects afterwards. back to what I said originally, I do not stay long in fandoms because I found a first deep passion for the writing that I did for Nobody Throws Rocks, my space webcomic essentially. And then I made a fan base on my socials, and I have found a beautiful, motivational, endless well within my creativity and creating stories, since I believe I'm a bit of a storyteller. There are always characters to draw and scenes to study and motions or movements to capture, memes to duplicate for fun when you have one of these main core outside either fan bases or your own type of story, such as a Dungeons and Dragons campaign or a game. These things will motivate other people to read your stuff or look at your stuff, and it'll keep you going when you get constant feedback from such things. To summarize, I would say in order to fight this terrible monster of art block, I would take a break and switch up to something else if you are currently unmotivated to do the thing you want to do, such as me doing these videos when I am not feeling the motivation to do all my page works for the comics. Or go out into the world and just watch something. Regain energy and motivation to do the project you want to do. Then, if you are still feeling unmotivated to move forward, maybe do some studies, because you're clearly a little disappointed in your work, or you're not getting the satisfaction you need to keep going. Then you increase your observation skills, you'll then be able to increase your art skills and keep going with that motivation. And then look for a prompt or start a story. Have something driving you, having an engine behind your force to draw. That's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, or at least got something out of it. If you want to like, I'd highly appreciate that. I do want to comment what you think, or if there's things that you figured out for Art Block, anything different. That would be great for the discussion below. And subscribe if you like queer art or D&D content. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.